Hello everyone, and welcome back to Phasmophobia. So, I've decided to just leave the events for this year. We can get those trophies again when the events come back around, so I'm not worried about that. And I am glad I got to play a little bit because we did encounter 2 new ghosts, and the thing is, I don't think the ghosts were actually more common, so the first 2 ghosts that I ran into were some of the new ghosts. So we still need to find one more of the new ghosts. But this is going to be a big year for Phasmophobia. I have a whole list of topics. But first, let's just prestige, because I want to kind of start over from the beginning here. I think it's been a while. I'm level 114, so it's been a little bit since I've seen this, but this is going to be going into my 3rd prestige, which I like this yellow. Let me just read this. You can progress your account for the prestiging, yeah. Reset all money, equipment, and upgrades, yes. This is what I want to do. I want to start over again from the beginning. So I'm going to have to go through property a lot. There we go. I even got the achievement for prestige 3. So let me, I should have a nice background for this. Alright, let's enjoy the new background. Guess I'll just leave my special badge as the Nell's spooky ghost. But for now, here's what we're gonna do. We're prestiged, we're level 1. I love the yellow here. So we're gonna go just straight into the best beginner map. But we are going to be playing Nightmare. So let's get into Tanglewood and just start over from the beginning. Okay, so another thing I kind of forgot about is we're getting really close to case 1000. So I don't know if I'll do a special video on that, but I also wanted to say before we get in here, the plan for this new prestige is to play Professional and Nightmare. I'm going to be playing Nightmare on the smaller maps, but I want to go for these badges on the Professional, well, on the medium maps, whatever. For one, we're really close to Point Hope, so that's a medium map. So that's why I want to use the bigger maps for Professional, and that's what I've kind of been doing. But instead of kind of like going around all the maps, I kind of want to focus on getting some of these badges, because we're really close to Point Hope. We're also going to be playing Bleasdale and Grafton, which those 2 count for the same. So I think tomorrow we're going to be going to Professional, and we're going to be playing Bleasdale and Grafton. But for now, let's head into Tanglewood. So I know this is going to be pretty minimal. I'd like to maybe get lucky and figure out the ghost. I know we're going in on Nightmare. That's why, I want to do a mix of Professional. I'm also not doing the weekly because, one, it's kind of hard. You have to find the ghost in Brownstone. So let's just get in here. I have no idea. It's been a little bit since I played this game. Let's go around with something, because we have really limited stuff. Okay, that's the point. So I have a whole list of stuff here to talk about, but for now, what I'm going to do is, since we're going into Tanglewood, it's also snowing, which is fitting because it's snowing where I live. It's getting very cold around here. But I want to talk about Tanglewood, because the next rework coming up is Tanglewood. And that's another thing, there was a development update, this year is Phasmophobia 1.0. Here we go. So, Horror 2.0 has turned into Phasmophobia 1.0. So this is going to be a big year for Phasmo. Okay, that's huge. Immediate EMF 5. So, like I said, I'm getting back in the swing of things, but I'm here to have fun. So let's get the breaker on. We're still playing Nightmare. This game isn't going to be the best for just grinding levels. I just want to see what happens with all starter equipment Nightmare Tanglewood. Can I get lucky? Oh my god, this is actually huge. We have like one of the best hiding spots. And now immediate EMF 5. Unfortunately, breaker is down here. But I want to mention, in the development preview, they showed this area because you can see the L-shaped couch. So let me go hit the breaker because I don't want to be standing in the dark that long because I have no sanity medicine. Also, there should be a curse item around here, but we're probably not going to use it. Let me get up here. Now, this is Tanglewood, so we can utilize in here. So, the thing I wanted to mention, though. So, there's like new death animations. The player character update is going to be interesting. But that's the thing. They showed the image. If you've seen the image on the development log, or the preview, it's basically this angle. You can see a chair here with a coffee table, and then the L-shaped couch. And it just looks so good. And then they also showed the kitchen, which actually looks really different. So I don't know if the kitchen, I think they're going to turn like the island this way, but the kitchen looked almost like a completely different room. So I know it's weird, but like some of my favorite maps in this game are the house maps. And I kind of want like a really large house map. I'll talk about that more in the future, but I kind of like the idea of just like a really large house map. Okay, this ghost. Let's kind of focus in on this ghost though. But yeah, this is going to be a big year for Phasmophobia, so I guess we'll just kind of end that conversation with that. So that's why we're getting back into the swing of things, and I'm just here to have fun And I'm not worried too much about grinding anything like levels right now. I'm not sure when the next update would be because, you know, spring is coming. So I don't know if we're gonna get an update before the, whatever, what is it called? Is it just spring? I know it's a spring event, but it has a name. That's one of the events I haven't played as much, but maybe this year that'll change. Now, first thing was, oh, that EMF 5 again. At least you're being generous about that. Oh my god. Maybe now would be a good time. I'm not seeing orbs or anything. Yeah, that's the thing about Phasmophobia. When you get into this, I'd like to, you know, talk about stuff. And when we get to the bigger maps, I'll have more time. I have a list of topics. I have a whole list of stuff to talk about, like things I want with this game, requests. So, and that's another thing, like they have Kinetic Publishing now, so they're going to be publishing new horror games. So there's going to be all kinds of new games to play. But alright, tell you what, I think we've spent enough time in here. We know the ghost is around here, and we even gotten evidence. I'm going to just kind of leave this stuff out here. Let's go get a thermometer and whatever few pieces of equipment we can get. I always forget. I've only prestiged once. Well, twice technically when they reset the levels. But yeah, I'm not really used to this super low amount. But maybe we'll talk to the ghost and get writing in there. We just gotta do something. But we do have one of the two evidences. And that's the thing, Nightmare is pretty hard with just starter equipment. You like that shower? Yeah, I'm kind of realizing I'm a little in over my head here. That's why I just wanted to go into Tanglewood. Are you here? So that's the thing. I always get into this game thinking I'm not going to be scared, but then things start going off and I regret my decisions. Alright, I'm going to pause that. Are you here? Are you friendly? Okay, we are getting the response. Well, at least the spirit box is recognizing me. Are you here? Are you friendly? We are in a small map, so maybe if you're around here. Oh, I see my breath, so maybe this actually is your room? Now, I know this thermometer is not nearly as good as it used to be. But, oh, it's going down a little bit. There it goes. Okay, maybe the ghost came back in the room. That's gonna fluctuate. I don't want to, like, leave that on the radiator. I know it doesn't matter, but I don't want it heating up for the wrong reasons. Well, do we even have a UV? I think we must. Let's drop all this. Let's just go get all the equipment in here. I must have some. I mean, I must have all the evidence equipment, right? There must be UV in here. I just wasn't really paying attention. So we got dots pen, UV, but no photo cam. There, we do have a thermometer. Back in the day, I don't think the thermometer, this is a long time ago, but the thermometer wasn't a starter item. But that's like an era that's passed. Perfectly upside down. Looks like a ketchup bottle. Power Lux Expert. Where did that even come from? Like, oh, maybe way over here? You know, I haven't really looked at what this ghost could be just off the EMF. Okay, door. Yes. Okay. Out of curiosity, I'm still getting used to this new page. So, part of me, it's just muscle memory remembering where it was. But okay, Obake. So it didn't leave fingerprints, so I was wondering if EMF 5 was Obake. I should probably turn this off. I just had that thing going. But an Obake would always leave fingerprints, so I am remembering some of the stuff here. But we have not ran into a Dayan. We didn't run into the Obambo. That was the first ghost I ran into, was the Obambo. So that's another thing, is I don't know these ghosts. So what I was doing before on Nightmare, to learn these ghosts, I'd basically play a game, and then if I like died to a ghost, then I'd look up the ghost and look into it. So I won't look into these ghosts until I face one and try an experiment, and then maybe after I experiment, I'll look into their actual traits, because I doubt I'm actually going to be able to figure out every little detail about them without looking it up. But I would like to face them. Now, at least I was in the light there. Maybe I wasn't draining sanity. What is the cursed item? We do have a hiding spot back there if we need to run to it. But hopefully I can just run to the garage and be alright. Not the mirror. Oh, maybe it's the old monkey paw. Yeah, I never looked for it. I guess if I was low on sanity, I could ask for sanity and it would put me at 50, but wouldn't help too much if I'm already in hunt range. Okay, this ghost doesn't seem too aggressive. Couldn't be a demon. I haven't been doing the dots, but that's the problem. I don't really know if this is the room. Okay, well at least it's still... And as soon as I pick it up, it warms up. I don't think it's gonna go down to freezing. Alright, I guess it's time to just sit here with the dots pin. I mean, there's no reason for me to go back to the truck. There's nothing there for me. So, maybe we could set this up. Oh god, it's at an angle. There. Now if I could just... Nah, it's not perfect. Let me try and angle it just right. Oh well. I don't know, it'd probably just be best to stand with it. This is Goryo. This is not gonna be good. So UV, I'm gonna rule out UV. I mean, it doesn't even matter for Nightmare. Freezing we haven't gotten to. I haven't seen Ghost Orbs. Writing and Spirit Box. I need to try Spirit Box again. Writing is still here. This room is so cold. I don't think it's actually gonna be another room as its favorite. And it's making it cold again, so yeah. I don't think it's going down under freezing. Where's the Spirit Box? I think I dropped it somewhere out here. I might just turn off the lights. Try to at least. Are you here? Are you here? I want to see you. Oh my god, I want to see you. Never mind. Are you here? I wasn't going to see you anyway with this horrible flashlight. Are you here? Are you friendly? Kind of forgot who this ghost was. Jennifer Garcia. Escape. Capture photo. Yeah, I'm going to do that. And then sanity. Okay, well, a couple of these objectives we could do. Well, at least Jennifer made some kind of contact. Maybe I should try the dots again. I mean, I should utilize this hallway. Just sit here and wait for that dot to roam. I gotta catch her at some point. And if it is a Goryo, I will be in a different room. I just hope that like holding the dots pin doesn't like cancel that. So we got really lucky with the EMF 5. We have not seen writing, not seen orbs. I need to go looking around. Fire light. You're being really generous with those EMF 5s. Ooh. Oh, that's fast. I think I'm gonna be dead for my first game here. I'm gonna try and loop. Oh, you little thing. I think I might be alright. If I can just... She slowed down. What is this ghost? Is it... Okay. What is this ghost? What is this ghost? What? Is this a Dayan? Okay, I didn't realize it could be Galu as well. I gotta step outside. This doesn't make sense. This has to be a new ghost because I've never experienced something like that. So she was fast right off the bat. And then she slowed down? Well, okay. Goryo would not do that. Jin? The breaker's on, right? So maybe it was... No, because Jin, that would be too close for Jin. Raiju. Maybe that was Raiju. Okay, so it's been a while. I think that was Raiju. So I don't remember if I had my flashlight on. I must have had it off. I think that was Raiju. I'm not exactly sure. What would Raiju be? See, I'm still getting used to these. I think it was a Raiju because it was fast around all my electronics. And then when we ran away from the electronics, it slowed down. And then she sped up again when she kind of ran back outside. EMF 5 ghost orbs or dots. So, okay. It might have been dots. Now, we did escape the ghost. I'm gonna go for one more hunt here. I do want to try and survive and make money, but I mean, Dayan or Galu, I would have no idea. I need to try and get the second evidence. Let me... Radio. Okay, I don't want this. I wish I had a better spot for the dots. I'm just gonna try and set it up here. I don't think we're gonna see dots. Oh god. I don't know what noises or what. I don't think we're gonna see a ghost orb. This ghost has been everywhere. I don't want to get too deep into these rooms. Oh, why do you have to be out here? Are you out here? Okay, bad news is I have not gotten any of these lights back on. If she hunts again, I'm gonna try and hide. See, it's hard to tell. Oops, I just banged my desk too. But hard to tell if I have that tier 1 flashlight on. Let me get through here. I'm at least gonna try and get the last one. I think it was a Raiju. Couldn't be Shade. It couldn't be any of these things. Like, there's no ghost on the planet. That's why I usually die to a Raiju, but I've just never, maybe I'm either getting good at this game or the ghost seems slower than normal, but that didn't seem as fast as a Raiju should be. It was fast, but it didn't seem that crazy fast. Maybe it was miling, but it changed. But see this? Okay, I'm just gonna try and listen. That's pretty fast. I'm gonna just see if she slows down when getting away from the equipment. That's consistently fast, and she hasn't seen me. Now if she just gets away... I mean, maybe through the walls she's getting it. Normal speed. I think this is a Raiju. That's gonna be my guess, at least. If it's one of the new ghosts, I have no idea. But yeah, around there and even through the wall, she was detecting the equipment. But when she got around here, she slowed down. And she slowed down a little bit when she came through the door here. So I'm pretty confident this is a Raiju. I really do love Nightmare. It's such a different feeling than Professional. I love having both. They're such a good thing to go back and forth through. Did you just put me at 25? I still gotta get 25. Alright, well, we're going for it. I don't think, it can't be Oni because we just saw the ghost ball. Let me read about the Dan. Dan's too close to her. Maybe it's running. That was my guess. It was maybe dancing is running too close to the ghost, which I would like because there used to be a thing that said, like, be careful about running. So if there was actually a ghost type that would get more aggressive if you ran near it. That's interesting. Loses strength. I don't think it was a Dan. Galu. Yeah, we didn't use any protective equipment, so I think it's a Raiju. I can't really rule those out. We never got the second evidence either. Okay, let's get back in here. I'm gonna sit in the dark. We got a lower sanity. I don't know how that last ghost event didn't lower me to below 25. I could use the monkey paw for something, but I don't think I'm gonna try yet. I'm really paranoid. I'm listening for a hunt. Oh my god. Can I film something? Why are you invisible? Okay, well the good news is if she hunts from out there, I can run into the nursery. I just want to be able to see, damn it. Let me turn on that light. I'm trying to listen. Okay, we're gonna get into another game. We've survived 2 hunts there. I just wanted to do that. We survived 2 hunts and we even escaped that first one. So let me see. I want to make a good guess here and see if this is a Raiju. And we're also getting closer to that 1,000, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about that one. Alright, first game back. I'm pretty confident this is a Raiju with 1 evidence. So let's see. Alright, so another reason it was a Raiju.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I don't want to do the weekly because it's going to give me a 5,000 right off the bat. So I want to just prestige and start doing some of the stuff motion sensor. I don't remember that being that early. But we are already level 5. Got sound recorder, a paramic. We got the photo cam right. I wasn't really looking too much. A 1300 first game, level 5 already. Is there anything in here? 15 minute. Anything kind of worth noting? Kind of just go straight to them. I'm trying to remember. It did change his favorite room. No abilities. I guess the Raiju doesn't have an ability. Only 4 events and 2 hunts. So, Oh, 5 minutes. Okay, I was looking at the hunt one. So yeah, it did roam a bit because I was doing stuff at least through the walls. Alright, we got 1 right. Let's check out the store. So, this is a thing. I guess this is, because it already says 1200, but should I just do a new loadout? Yeah, let's just jump to a new loadout. So, oh god, I gotta relearn all this now. So, okay, maybe start with the shop, because I want to buy the things that I don't have. See, I can't even tell if I haven't bought something. Okay, it's taken me a minute, because every time I come back to this, you gotta figure it out again. But here, we don't have any owned, and the only stuff you get by default is this list right here. So what we want to do, if we want a motion sensor, we'll throw in a motion sensor. We don't have that much money, so we should kind of pay attention. Let's throw in a photo cam. We don't have assault. We want our sound recorder, try and get more money, and that will also give us something more to do. Maybe motion sensor, I mean, that's kind of expensive. This loadout's only $70. That's the thing, it's kind of easy to make cheap loadouts in this. So yeah, let's not, you know, go too cheap. Let's throw in a motion sensor, paramic, maybe if we need a paramic objective. So yeah, that tells me if it's locked or not. Alright, you kind of can do all this from here, but the problem is like, okay, there's no owned. So can I buy this from here? I think if I just buy one of each, and then if I lost it, it would buy it again. Let me enable this loan from, yeah. I'm gonna enable, and then that spent 220. But did that put, okay, right. So that's what I figured. You can use the quick loadout to just buy stuff. You don't really need to go to the shop. You kind of only go to the shop if you want to like read about the equipment and stuff, but you can still do it all from the quick loadout. So really, as a solo player, I just use the quick loadouts. If you play with other people, you use like the equipment manager to add stuff, but I really never use this. But let me see, all the stuff we unlocked, we got those added, and I don't think I want to add any more. I don't need to add, for now, I don't really need any duplicate of, maybe another ghostwriting book, sure. And that adds it at 260. So we have 1,000, and this loadout is 260. Now the thing is, if I add that, it did add the writing book. So I guess doing that did spend the money. Let's just test. And now we're just trying to figure stuff out. What about, oh, I mean, yeah, there's, oh, one motion sensor. Let's get another motion sensor. If I press this button, will it take money out of my account? Yes, okay. That's the main thing I needed to know, is that yes, adding it from here does buy it. Alright, let's get into this next game. Alright, I think this game is going to be the last one for this video, and it looks like in the next video I might be doing the case 1000. So that might be at Blaisdell and Grafton. So 3 unique photos. We got the photo of ghost, and then witness ghost event. We might be able to do a good amount of stuff here. So that's the thing, on Nightmare, you make a pretty decent amount of money, even on a small map. So we're getting some equipment. Don't have any objectives for this, but we might still record some stuff. So let's take our time. We're, you know, we're gonna do one more game here. Let's be thorough about it. But I don't want to get too crazy getting back into this. But I do want to enjoy Tanglewood some more. Okay, hiding spot. It's snowing again. Trying to listen. But yeah, another thing is I've mentioned before, but I've got a much better recording setup. Another thing I'll mention, I am on Windows 11 now, so the mic might sound a little different, but when it comes to recording, the Windows 11 was a big upgrade. I was very scared of Windows 11, but, oh, here we go. I'm very actually glad I upgraded, because this game used to run, it used to use like 50% of my GPU, and now it uses like 30. So, it's much smoother, to say the least. But at least we have the photo cam now. Because we didn't even look for the bone last time. I should have, for extra money. Let's get this turned on. Alright, we already kind of scanned through here. But did I even look for the first item? Who are we dealing with? I didn't even look. Larry Craft. Is Craft also a dev name? I think it is. They have so many devs now. You're not even going to be able to tell what's a dev name. Kind of looking in here for cursed items, but I am taking my time. I do want to go take a photo of the cursed item. And then tarot cards over here. Trying to get back to just enjoying the initial walkthrough. And just enjoying that beginning stage. Because for me, for a long time, I was terrified until I found the ghost room. For some reason, finding the ghost room, like, it just made it feel like you weren't going to get attacked from nowhere. Let's check this. We already have a hiding spot, so I doubt I'm going to get another. But we can always utilize this island. Get some of these lights turned on. That's another thing I always urge. I know a lot of people, apparently the majority of people play intermediate, and I urge you to play at least professional. Because what you can do is you can walk through the house in the dark with your flashlight and turn on all the lights. And then when you finally get to the breaker, the whole house just lights up. So now when I go back, you know, every room is lit and it's nice. So I would just urge you to play professional if you're someone who usually plays intermediate. Now, actually, I don't know if it's still like this. I guess you can look because of the custom settings, but it used to be the easier difficulties actually had more active ghosts. So that you could actually get scared more. Okay, I think I know where this ghost is now. Are you trying to do laundry? So the problem is, I was going to say, didn't find the cursed item, but now we did. Well, 2 photos. So I'm still thinking of the events. It was pretty easy to get photos when you could just take a photo of the I don't think... Could you take a photo of the jack-o'-lantern? You could take a photo of the moons, which was pretty easy. It seems like we have a basement ghost. That mannequin that was down here is suspiciously up there, and also the paint can has moved. Okay. Of course, we do have another hiding spot, which I guess this could be useful. If the ghost roams and hunts from upstairs, we can actually go in there and hide, so it actually might be a good thing. Let's just try and interact. Larry. Are you here, Larry? Actually, I need a photo of the ghost, so... Larry, if you could show up, that'd be great. Also see that other paint can moved. For the judo. Larry, give us a sign. Well, maybe Larry isn't active when someone's in the room with them. Alright, let's just go get some of the equipment. The little bit of equipment that I have. Larry, please, what are you doing, Larry? I'm gonna try and conserve my sanity. Oh my god, moments like that. I think he's gonna stay down there. Dude, I am glad. So that's another thing, like, they are, you know, doing things they said they weren't gonna do. Originally they said they were just gonna go through updating all the maps before adding any scares, but then with the Chronicle update they did change up the ghost events. Like, ghost events like that weren't in the game until recently. And another thing is they added new ghosts, which they said they weren't gonna do. So I'm glad they're kind of realizing they need to add some content before, you know, bigger ones, but as I go back and get equipment, they really want to just get this game out of early access. For now, they want to get this game to Horror 2.0, get it out of early access, so that way it's not an early access game. And I think the main thing is, like, all of the, you know, Unity store assets they want kind of to rework. That's why the main thing is they want to rework everything. But at least they're trying to get the game out of early access, so it's not even considered an early access game. 1.0 is now Horror 2.0, so we'll see if they come through this year delivering that. But they did do a lot last year, at least given their recent track record. So they have kind of kicked things in gear, and actually, like, they've redone their website and they've kind of showed off all the team, and I need to look into some of that. Their DK has done more interviews, so I need to watch them. So yeah, they're really kicking things off at Kinetic Games. Also with the publishing, they're going to be publishing new games, and I'm sure I'll be playing those published games. So this isn't just a Phasmophobia channel, even though I do want to play like 2,000 hours of this game. I want to play thousands of hours of this game. There's a lot I need to do. Alright, but yeah, I do want to play other games. So the other Kinetic published games should be interesting. Hey, you can ghost orb with the light on. Alright, let's not forget. Evidence, orb. There's one of two. There's something. I want to keep this on me. I'm going to put this more toward the center if it doesn't go through the floor. Maybe point this at the stairs so I can escape. Now, he did try to make contact, but I didn't want to drain my sanity because we're still working with bare bones equipment. But I like this. This is what I really wanted, was to prestige and just kind of enjoy the game from the beginning. I was getting a little too used to that tier 1 equipment. And I think I used the tier 2 equipment a little bit, and I really miss that tier 2 video cam. That's my favorite video cam to use, is the tier 2, and even the tier 2 photo cam. Like, pretty much all, like, the classic Phasmo stuff is what I like. I do like this, though. I like, you know, the difference and stuff. I really like the tier 1 EMF, even if it is supposed to be worse. Is this a shade? No. Revenant? Dan? Should I run around and maybe try and piss off the ghost by dancing? What else? That was my original thought. Like, what else would dancing mean other than running near the ghost? Because you have ghosts that get mad if you talk. So maybe running could be... That would be a really good thing if you're just running around and that pisses off the ghost. I don't know if I want to go back and get more stuff. Oh no. Oh, no, no. I don't know if I took a photo. Did that count? I couldn't see him because it was pitch black. Oh my god, it actually counted. I really didn't think that was going to count. Okay, 3 photos. So there's the objective. I'm not exactly going for perfect games here, but I wouldn't mind filling out my media. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. We got the objective. Yeah, we're done with the objectives. I'm going to go get back and get like a sound recorder so we can spend more time with him. I don't know what my sanity is, but I'm going to grab a sound recorder Maybe there's other evidence. Let me see what's even left in this truck. Man, I am really enjoying the prestige. This is what I wanted. Towards all the holidays and stuff, I know I could have just like gone to different equipment. So trying to remember. Let's grab this. I know I'm not getting in the other evidence, but let's just try and have some fun with this ghost here. I want to use the tier 1 video recorder. Right now, it became too much about just going for a perfect game. I'm having fun just enjoying it right now. I want to try this tier 1 recorder again. Now if we want to use the spirit box though, we gotta turn off the light. Guess we'll just put that right there. Get lucky, maybe. Maybe that'll light up a UV. Okay, I want my light. Are you here, Larry? Can you make this easy on me and just say hello? I really shouldn't be standing this deep into the room when you might hunt me. You Jen? Because I haven't turned off the breaker. Yokai, that's not good. Hantu. These are some ones I can tell though. Revenant, definitely I'll be able to tell. Are you here? It's not freezing. Are you here? Are you... Was that Revenant? Please be slow. Please be slow. I don't even know if there was a hiding spot here. There wasn't. Open. I don't know if this door. This is not a guaranteed spot. Okay, he must have been fast because he saw me. It's normal speed now. Ride you again? Go. Is it a ride you again? I mean, it was super fast if it was not a Revenant. Hantu wouldn't have been normal speed. And I mean, I could. For one, I'm trying to get back into this, so I don't want to rule out everything. I mean, it has to be Raiju again, because it was fast with all the electronic equipment, and then when it got upstairs, it was slow. I mean, it always happens in this game where you get back-to-back ghost types. No matter how many ghosts they add to this game, you're always going to get back-to-back ghosts for some reason. But I think that was a Raiju again. We need to try and get EMF 5, and then I think it was UV, wasn't it? Ghosts, Raiju. Oh, it was dots. We don't have the dots in here. I bet that's what it is too. So we're getting hunted. Yeah, it's almost for recording, because we're already too low on sanity to actually do anything. Is anyone down here? Let me turn off that, because that's not gonna happen. It's a Raiju. Are you here? I think this time it's a Raiju that's not giving EMF 5, or the EMF has just not been doing anything. I'm trying to remember. Alright, is anyone here? Do I have to? Yeah. Is anyone here? Can you talk to me, Larry? Instead of just hunting. I need something here. I'm willing to get hunted one more time. Yeah, that tier 1's kind of strange. I don't think I've recorded anything. Main thing though, having the 3 objectives and then just getting the ghost right will still give me a lot of money. I wish I had the dots. I don't really want to go back and just sit here with the dots. I'm gonna get hunted one more time. He's baiting me to get killed. What are you even doing? Oh, it's the boots. It's the squeaky boots. Well, maybe at least you're back in the corner. I was hoping, yeah, I don't think the range on that is big enough to cover that whole area. I was hoping that would just detect anything around there. I think if this is a Raiju, it's probably just dots this time, and I didn't bring in a dots pin out of all the things. Since we're still down here. We're not getting any audio on the audio levels. Larry, do you want to talk to me? No, you might want to paint me though. Only I thought that was going to be a knife trying to throw it at me. All he has is a paintbrush to kill me with. I mean, you could throw this hammer at me. I do not like this at all. Larry, please communicate with us. Talk about getting back into Phasmo, though. Yes. I just want to conversate, Larry. Larry, no, Larry, please. Larry, no. Okay, well, I guess I'm not always gonna survive. I didn't even get a chance. That's how we open. As soon as I get an actual reading on my audio, then he decides to hunt. Okay, was it another Raiju though? Out of all these ghosts and we get back-to-back Raijus, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was one of the new ones. Was Raiju, okay. Well, still made 200, so that was most of the money back, so I only lost a little bit. But, alright, that was an interesting return. I do think I've gotten warmed up a bit, but I would like to kind of just go back into the roaming and walking around the maps. So next time, I don't think we even unlocked anything, but what we're going to do, we're probably going to celebrate 1,000 games by going to Bleasdale and Grafton. I'd like to visit both, try and actually get some of the badges done, but with the very limited equipment, it's going to be hard. But, like I said, I want to prestige, just have some fun, get back into this. I'm not worried about perfect games, I'm worried about just having some fun with this game, and getting back into it, and kind of just experiencing it for the first time again, you know, through these prestiges. So, there's a lot of more of these prestiges to go, so that's always going to be a fun thing, is going through all the tiers, and going through all the levels, and then just prestiging once again. So, maybe by the end of this year, we'll prestige again. So if you're still here, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.